Here are some powerful quotes from great thinkers, leaders, writers, and philosophers about Jesus Christ, reflecting their admiration or deep consideration of his life and influence. Napoleon Bonaparte, the French military leader and emperor, once said, "I know men and I tell you that Jesus Christ is no mere man. Between him and every other person in the world, there is no possible term of comparison. Alexander, Caesar, Charlemagne and I have founded empires. But on what did we rest the creations of our genius? Upon force. Jesus Christ founded his empire upon love, and at this hour millions of men would die for him." Albert Einstein, the renowned physicist, shared, "As a child I received instruction both in the Bible and in the Talmud. I am a Jew, but I am enthralled by the luminous figure of the Nazarene." He also remarked, "No one can read the Gospels without feeling the actual presence of Jesus. His personality pulsates in every word. No myth is filled with such life." Mahatma Gandhi, the Indian spiritual leader, expressed, "A man who was completely innocent offered himself as a sacrifice for the good of others, including his enemies, and became the ransom of the world. It was a perfect act." I am a historian, I am not a believer, but I must confess as a historian that this penniless preacher from Nazareth is irrevocably the very center of history. Jesus Christ is easily the most dominant figure in all history. Jesus of Nazareth, without money and arms, conquered more millions than Alexander, Caesar, Muhammad and Napoleon. Without science and learning, he shed more light on things human and divine than all philosophers and scholars combined. Without the eloquence of schools, he spoke such words of life as were never spoken before or since. Who among his disciples or among the proselytes was capable of inventing the sayings ascribed to Jesus, or of imagining the life and character revealed in the Gospels? Certainly not the fishermen of Galilee. Dostoevsky, the Russian novelist, once said, "I believe there is no one deeper, lovelier, more sympathetic and more perfect than Jesus. I say to myself with jealous love that not only is there no one else like him, but there could never be anyone like him." C.S. Lewis, the author of the Chronicles of Narnia, a former atheist and a Christian apologist, stated, "I am trying here to prevent anyone saying the really foolish thing that people often say about him. I'm ready to accept Jesus as a great moral teacher, but I don't accept his claim to be God. That is the one thing we must not say." He went on to say, "Either this man was and is the Son of God, or else a madman or something worse." These words are from his book Mere Christianity. Billy Graham, the renowned evangelist, once said, "Jesus was not a man who became God, but God who became a man." He also profoundly stated, "The very purpose of Christ's coming into the world was that he might offer up his life as a sacrifice for the sins of men. He came to die. This is the heart of Christmas." Bono, the lead singer of U2, shared his belief, saying, "I believe that Jesus was the Son of God. I understand that for some people, and we need to be very respectful to people who find that ridiculous and preposterous, but I believe it." He also remarked, "Either Christ was who he said he was, the Messiah, or a complete nutcase." I mean, we're talking nutcase on the level of Charles Manson. Jordan Peterson, a prominent figure, reflected on the figure of Christ, stating, "The figure of Christ is an archetype. It's the archetype of the person who tells the truth. The problem is, I probably believe that, but I don't know. I'm amazed at my own belief, and I don't understand it," he added. "Christ is at least the ideal person. He's at least that. But I'm not sure to what degree he is more than that." Malcolm Muggeridge, the British journalist and satirist, observed, "We look back upon history, and what do we see? Empires rising and falling, revolutions and counter-revolutions. Yet behind the debris of these solemn supermen and self-styled diplomats stands the gigantic figure of one person, because of whom, by whom, in whom, and through whom mankind may still survive, Jesus Christ."